Hello, and welcome to Algebra 1 SOL Prep Week 8. Simplify expressions with exponents and operations with polynomials. Find the expression equivalent to. You'll see these directions, and when you do, you're going to be given an expression with variables. We can do this with the graphing calculator. We'll do it by assigning the values 3, 5, or 7, or any numbers after that, to each of the problem's variables. For example, if we needed to simplify this expression, we would assign 3 to the letter P, 5 to the letter Y, and 7 to the letter Z by using these calculator buttons. Let's do it. So see the steps that I need. 3, store, alpha, 8, enter. So always type the number first, and then the store button, that says STO with the arrow, and then alpha to get the letter, and then 8 because there's a P in green above the 8. So now I press enter, and it will know that when I press the letter P, it will mean I'm putting 3 in there for it. Now I'm going to store 5 in for the letter Y. So 5, always press the number first, store. I see that Y is above the 1, so alpha 1, enter. Now I'm going to press 7, store alpha 2, to get Z to be 7. 7, the number first, store, alpha, and then the 2, because see the Z is in green above the 2, enter. Now when I type this expression, I'll get a value. Remember, when it's a fraction, we do alpha, y equals, enter. P, remember how I got P? I had to do alpha and then the 8 because the P was in green above the 8. And then I need it raised to the third power. So I use this exponent button and then the 3. To get out of the exponent, I arrow to the right, and then I want y to the 7th. So y is above the 1, so I do alpha 1, and then the exponent button, and then 7. And then I need to go down to the denominator. P is to the 15th. So again, alpha 8 for the P, exponent will be 15, arrow out, and then y to the 4th, and then z. So alpha, y, the y is above the 1, so I pressed the 1, to the 4th, and then arrow out of the exponent, and then z, alpha 2. I'll press enter now, and I'll write down what this number says. Now you'll see this e to the negative 5. When you see that, usually this is a number that's very, very, very small. What you should always do is write down all of the digits that you have, and then when it's multiple choice, you type in each of the choices. Now let's actually do this with these couple of examples. I'm going to clear this, and then I'm going to note, so that I don't forget what I'm doing, that the variables in this are certain numbers that I want. So which expression is equivalent to, I see an R, I see an S, and those are my only two letters. So I'm going to say I want R to be 3 and S to be 5. I'm always going to store starting 3, 5, 7, and if I have more variables after that, I can use other letters or other numbers higher than 7 as well. So let's start by storing 3 for R. Always type the number first, store. Where's the R? I see it's here above the multiplication key, so alpha, the multiplication key gives me R, enter, and I want S to be 5. So the number first, store, and the S, there it is, so alpha, and then enter. And now I'm going to type this expression exactly as I see it. 8 alpha multiply button, so 8R parentheses. Now I need R plus 6. So alpha R plus 6, close the parenthesis, minus 2S, minus 2 alpha, the ln button. Then a parentheses, 4S plus 3. And then plus 3, another parentheses, R minus 6S. close the parentheses, enter. I got negative 95. That's what I'm going to write down. And that's what I'm looking to get when I type in each of these. So now I go back to my calculator and I'm going to type in each of these choices and see which one gives me the same. For example, choice A, 11 alpha r, whoops, let's delete that extra 1, plus 42 minus 26s. That gave me a different value. That gave me negative 55. So I know that one is not equivalent. Let's type the rest of them. There's what I typed for B, and I press enter, and I got 89. So B is also incorrect. Now I've typed what it says for choice C. I'll press enter. I see it gave me negative 95, just like what I wanted. So because it gave me the same value, that is my answer, because it says which expression is equivalent. Equivalent means equal. See that part of the word that's just like equal? And that's what I'm looking for, the numbers that are equal. Number 2, which expression is equivalent to this? Remember, equivalent means equal. So again, I can take my calculator and I can type in the original expression after I store the values. Now there are different variables here than there were in the last one, so don't worry about what you typed in and what you stored for the other variables. Let's just clear what's here and we'll just store the one number in for x. Let's write it down to remember what we stored. We want x to be 3. We'll always start with 3 and then do 3, 5, 7 and keep going after that if we need to. So remember, we type the number first, store. Now because it's x, I can just type this x button instead of the alpha button to go find x down here. This is quicker if I need x. Enter. Now remember, when I have a fraction, that's when I use alpha y equals enter, and I can type my expression in there. 6x to the 4th minus 10x. Now here's also another quick button for squared if we want it. Plus 2x down to the denominator divided by 2x. Press enter, and 67 is the value that I need this time. So let's write down that I want to see 67 in my answer choices. Now we'll go back to the calculator and type in each of these answers. So I've typed in choice D, 3x to the 3rd minus 5x plus 1. Pressing enter, I see it gives me the same value of 67. Because these are equal, D is the correct choice. Now sometimes you're going to see problems that say, given a model, find the expression equivalent to the given figure. So to do this, there's a couple ways. If we know how to multiply out this expression, that's what we could do first. For example, distribute the x. X times x is x squared. X times 2 is 2x. 6 gets distributed as well, so 6 times x is 6x, and 6 times 2 is 12. Then I can follow what the model shows. So the big square is x squared, and I have one of those. So see, here's an x squared, and here's an x squared, but this has two of them. I don't want that. This one has 4x squareds, and I don't have 4, I have 1, so I don't want that. So either it's choice C or choice D, because they each have just one x squareds. Then I notice that I have a 2x and a 6x, and the x's are the long skinny rectangles. So I want one that has 2 of the long skinny rectangles and then 6 of the long skinny rectangles. Notice that this one only has 3 long skinny rectangles, so I know it can't be choice D. Let's make sure it's choice C. Here are 2 long skinny rectangles, that's 2x's, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's definitely our answer. To check about the 12, well, the ones unit is just the little square. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, if we didn't want to multiply it out, we could do it by counting along the edge. This is a long, and a long is x, so that's an x. And then this is a short, 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 and there's 6 of them. So that's an x plus a 6. This is also a long, so that's an x, and then there's 1, 2 of them, so that's a 2, or x plus 2. So 2 ways to look at it. Find the way that works best for you and have fun practicing.